Greetings and salutations. It's David Duford here at davidduford.com. Thanks for watching this video. Today I am with my buddy in the business, Luis Moreno, at the Medicare Advantage Mentor World Headquarters. Say hi.
Hey,
how you doing today?
brand new headquarters we just created. It is awesome.
Awesome. So we are here today because we've talked a lot in our videos about why you should sell Medicare Advantage. And what we're going to do spend some time on is describing how to get started. What is the process in getting up and running, and arguably within a 15 to 30 day period of time, and just to kind of take you through some of the steps you need to consider if you want to go this course of selling Medicare Advantage, what you need to do to make it happen. So Luis, for our new audience members, why don't you introduce yourself, what you do, and then kind of take us through this process.
Oh yeah, love to. So my name is Luis Moreno. I am in San Antonio, Texas. And I tell you what, for those that are sitting on the sidelines, for those that are wondering, should I get into Medicare? I always go with my same story. Guys, it's not too late. Right now, what's happening is we've got anywhere between 10 to 12,000 seniors a day turning 65. And I tell people they need our assistance. You're not having to stun them. You just got to get in front of them. They want our help. And when they go do it on their own, there's Medicare.gov. Sometimes it doesn't work as good as it should. And that's usually the resource for a lot of these seniors. And I will tell you, if they're not paying attention to those little details, they could enroll in the wrong plan. And so I'm always, a big advocate. These seniors want our help. They need our help. And we get paid pretty good for helping them. That's the other thing. We get paid very, very well for helping them. And then here's the other thing. If you're in the final expense world and you start offering Medicare and you lead with Medicare or start talking about Medicare, in my opinion, I believe it elevates your status with these seniors, and it makes that final expense a heck of a lot easier. So if you're on the sidelines, or if you're in and you're wondering, okay, I want to jump into the game. What do I need to do? So that's kind of what we want to have a discussion today, David. If you're good with that, we can jump right in.
Perfect. Yeah, jump right in and kind of describe to us really, what do you need to do to get started? What kind of credentialing do you need? Let's start with the basics, from what licensing credentialing you need to do, how much time that's going to take. And then once that's all completed, the next steps after that, as far as carrier contracting, studying, suggested resources to get ready, and then lead. So yeah, let's take it away from there.
Perfect. So we'll start at the very beginning. So you have to have your health license. So I've coming into this world now, I'm realizing that a lot of guys just have their life license, but you've got to have your health license. So once you've got that down, then you're pretty much almost ready to go. What you need to do is you need to get with David and you need to request carrier contracts. Now, a lot of times people will come and hit me up with, well, what carriers do I need? Normally, we're going to go with the big boys. Okay, Aetna, Humana, United, Cigna. Those are pretty much, in my opinion, going to take about 80% of the market share. Okay, then you have your regional ones. And I always tell agents, wait till you get the big ones first, and then you can work on the little ones. Okay, big boys, get those over with. Request the contracts, and while you're waiting for the contracts to get to you, and get those completed, what you want to do is you want to go take AHIP. AHIP is a Medicare 101 test that is required by all the carriers, so that they make sure that you have a good foundation on Medicare. Okay, it's a pretty hard test. It is, you got to score 90, there's 50 questions, there's 5 modules. It's not something to take very lightly. I always tell agents, hey, it's 5 modules, knock it out in a week. Do a module per day, make sure you get a good understanding. We can always get into some help tips on how to pass the test, but that's later. But once you get your AHIP done and you've accomplished that mission, then you're going to go to step 2. Step 2 is what's going to happen is once you get appointed with the carriers, they're waiting for the results of your AHIP. You got to transmit the results of that AHIP electronically. So every carrier is going to get your results and they're going to say, great, you now passed your AHIP. Now what we want you to do is we need to we want you to take these set of courses. And what they are, they're product courses for each carrier. Okay, you can knock those out. You know, I do them. I'll do Humana one day, then I'll do Aetna the next day, and I'll knock them all out. Then you're just sitting on the sidelines waiting for your ready to sell letter. Okay, that is the biggest thing. Now, that time process, you know, we talked about this, David. I think that's about a 2-week time process. From the day that you decide, hey, I want to jump into the Medicare game, and they get a hold of you and they ask for carrier contracts, to the day that they get their ready to sell letter, probably about 2 weeks. Okay.
And so that includes that. Does that include the AHIP time to review the module, study it, and prepare for the exam?
Yes, because contracting is happening while you're doing your AHIP.
Right, right.
So all that is happening at the same time. So I would say between 2 to 3 weeks, and then you're ready to go. Okay. Now, as you're getting these ready to sell letters, then I tell agents, number one, okay, you've got a good foundation, you're ready to go, but you're really not that ready to go. Okay. The next step that you need to do, and we highly recommend this, is you need to get with every carrier. And what you need to do with them is you need to order enrollment kits for your area. Every county is different. So if you're in an area where you work multiple counties, you need to order multiple enrollment kits for the products that you're going to be offering. Seniors want to touch something, okay? You know, it's nice that we do everything electronically on an iPad or a Surface Pro or whatever, but seniors are seniors and they want to hold on to something. And so I highly recommend that you order enrollment kits and you have them ready to go. Me personally, I carry a tub in my tub. I call it a tub. Anyway, I've got 5 of everything for every carrier in that tub, and then I carry 1 of everything in my bag. So I have a big computer bag, and then because sometimes I will go into a senior housing development. I'm on the 10th floor, and if I don't have 1 of everything, I'm not. I mean, imagine having to go all the way back down to go get your 1 application that you needed, and it's happened. So walk in with 1 of everything. All right. So once you get your enrollment kits, and you're like, okay, now what? How do I get in front of seniors? You know, David, and that's kind of your domain. You know, we start talking about getting leads. So we've got a great lead program that we offer. And depending on your production, some of these leads can also get the cost reduced quite a bit. And I don't have a lot of details. I don't kind of stay out of my lane on that one. Do you have more information on that?
Yeah, real quick. So the way this works, for those of you who are interested, and this is a unique thing to the Medicare Advantage side of our business model, is that we have lead subsidy programs. As you prove over a period of time your ability to convert our leads into sales, we're literally paying out of pocket a percentage of the lead price that's fixed to the whatever your closing or conversion rate is. So this goes for our proprietary direct mail program that we use to find our target market for Medicare Advantage, which is totally unique, and the what's called special election period market, totally different than what most people do, a relatively untapped market as well. And they also include Facebook leads as well. So, and both of those are at different price ranges. Direct mail is usually more expensive than a Facebook lead, generally speaking, but some would argue direct mail is better quality of response versus Facebook. Either way, we have multiple options for the agent that wants to, has different budgets, or sell over the phone or face-to-face. So just keep that in mind. You want more information, reach out to me. I'll be happy to provide you with what that looks like. And the big reason we do this is because in Medicare Advantage, the big concern agents have is cash flow. And with some products that you sell, especially special election period, where the client, you know, you write them up mid-year, you're not getting paid the full first year commission. So this allows us to help you out of pocket reduce your lead costs, which helps make this business much more sustainable as you can pay your bills a little bit easier. It's the first year or two that's most difficult. So again, reach out to me. I'll give you more information on that. And Luis, feel free to keep going.
Oh yeah. Okay. So now you've ordered your kits and you're rocking and rolling. Now what? Now what I'm going to do, David, is I'm going to share my screen, and we've created this quick success guide. And let me move this right over here. And let's enlarge this. Okay. All right. So here's kind of what we want you to do, guys. And you know, this is a guide to get you started on a fast track. So as you see here, we want you to get your contracts with all your carriers. AHIP is here on this portion because we knocked that out. Okay. You're waiting for the ready to sell letter from every carrier, so you're good to go. You're going to order your enrollment kits for the counties that you're going to be selling. We're also going to want you to get with a couple of ancillary carriers. We love GTL, we love Heartland. David can help you get those contracts. And then here's what we start doing. This is where the fun starts, okay? And this is the value proposition that we have. There's many entities out there that you can get your appointments with. But here's where we stand out. And I've been in the business since 1999. My partner, Patrick, he's been in it since 2003 or 4. So between us, a little over 30 years of experience. We've built big agencies. We're still in the game. We're still selling. And we know what carriers do and don't, or FMOs do or don't. Normally what we see out there is, let's get you contracted and let's get you set up. And then pretty much what they're going to do is they're going to say, here's some training videos. Good luck. Okay. And that's pretty much where it ends. And for some agents that may work, but for the majority, we need to go that step further. And this is where we shine. So a couple of things that we're doing. So we also have all the training videos. Okay. Patrick and I are creating videos. We're doing 2 to 3 a week right now. We've got a YouTube channel where you can access them. We also have them on a Dropbox where you can access them. So we're going to give you those training videos. But this is where we're shining. Number one, we're going to go to your backyard if you want us to. So we tell agents, hey, if you're new in the game and you set some appointments up with some seniors, but you don't really know how to present, what we do is we fly out and it's on our dime. We're playing the long game here. We're going to come out to you in your backyard and we're going to do what's called the ride along. And what we're going to do is we're going to go hit each of your appointments and we're going to sell for you. Okay. Usually in the way I do it is by lunchtime, we've knocked out 3 or 4. I've done them. By the afternoon, you're doing them. And every single sale that is happening is 100% yours. You're the agent of record. You're getting the commissions. Okay. So ride-alongs, I don't know anybody that's doing that. Normally you have to go to where your FMO is located, and good luck with that. But we're coming out to you in your backyard. So I think that's huge in that value proposition that we're coming to the table with. Secondly, again, here we have all these videos that we have for you. The big thing that we like about our videos is we're creating them 3 to 5 videos a week right now. They're real time. They're questions. A lot of these are questions that agents are asking us, topics that we're running into. We're doing a lot of webinars right now with a lot of industry experts. And so we're recording those and we're pushing those out to you. So it is a lot of knowledge that we're pushing out to you when you're ready to watch it. Now, another thing that we come to the table with is here. Every Tuesday morning at 8:30 Central, what we're doing is we're hosting a Zoom meeting. And in that meeting, what we're doing, and this is what this is like my bread and butter. I love what we're doing here. Okay, every Tuesday morning, what we're doing is we're doing an agent interview. So we're talking to the agent of the week. Who did, somebody who sold anywhere between 10 to 15 applications that week, not that month, but that week. And usually a lot of these agents love to share their success. We have a very, very good team. And so we share the success and we interview them. What are they doing? How are they selling? Where are they getting their leads from? What are their scripts? What are their closing strategies? And I have yet to have one agent not disclose. And so we have that going on our Zoom meetings, but we also have industry experts that I call in. So this past Tuesday, I had the Humana representative in my area conduct a 1-hour seminar on military and Medicare. Talked about TRICARE, talked about veterans, talked about Chant VA, and she let us have all that info that our agents need. So that's happening every Tuesday at 8:30. Now, a couple other things that we're coming to the table with, okay? And I still haven't got to the big one, David. This is my finale, okay? So we've got a GroupMe app. And if you don't know what GroupMe is, it's an app on your phone that you download. And on this GroupMe app, what happens here is you're gonna join our agents. And what we do with this GroupMe is you're able to post questions. And the biggest thing that we like about it, because it's a momentum kind of driver, agents are posting in there themselves. Hey, I just sold this one. Hey, I just sold this. I sold, we call it tipping the hat. I sold a Medicare Advantage plan with a home health care plan with a hospital indemnity. And it's cool to see all these agents and what they're doing, but it's also a great platform to share. Hey guys, I'm in the middle of an appointment, or you know, here's what's going on. How do you think I can handle this? And by the time we get to it, all these other agents have already chimed in. So it's a great resource for you to share and gather information from your colleagues. So we have that on the GroupMe. We also have the very same thing on a Facebook page that we've created. And so this is a private group with just our agents only. And what we do there is daily I am posting industry knowledge. So I get hit from every carrier out there, notices on how to do whatever it is, but I'm posting it on our Medicare Advantage group. And so that's another resource for you. And then let's see here, am I almost at the finale? You know what, I am at the finale. Okay, here's my big one. You ready, David?
I'm ready.
Okay, the big one, guys. You know, the one thing that really separates us from everybody else, okay, is the support. Okay, what we ask of the agents is to ask for help. The one thing that Patrick and I have made a commitment to is to help you. So the biggest thing that we do, and we do this day in and day out, we are taking calls from agents while they're in the middle of their appointments, before their appointments. It just doesn't stop. You know, by text message, by phone. Yesterday we were in the middle of shooting a video, and we actually recorded. Both of us got calls at the, almost at the same time, with agents asking for help. They were in the middle of an appointment, and literally they're putting us on speaker, and we're talking to the insureds. And so we've made the commitment to be your lifeline, your phone a friend, and we're doing this day in, day out, and that's what we signed up for. And I will tell you, I don't know of any other entity that is doing that, is having that support during the sell. I mean, for me, that's our biggest value proposition that we're coming to the table with. And with that, oh, and one more thing, and this is not a big thing, but for new agents, and I would tell them, I've created a smart book. This is the very last bullet point here. Okay, I've created a smart book with pretty much everything you're going to need for an appointment. Okay, I've got it on the Dropbox. I've got it on a Google Drive. Once you get appointed with us, what we will do is we will share that with you. A lot of it is national knowledge, but a few items like Medicaid are state specific. So you're going to have to download your state specific information, but the majority of it is national. And so you're able to put that and create your own smart book. And literally, I walk into every appointment with that smart book. It is like my checklist. I never know what I'm going to need. I never know what question I'm going to get asked. And I've got almost 30 something plans just in my one county alone. And I've got every summary of benefit in there for every plan. And so when I'm doing my Medicare analysis, when I'm doing my work, everything is in that smart book. And it's a binder that's probably about 2 inches thick. And literally on the front of it, I have it labeled Medicare Smart Book. And I place it on the desk. I let my seniors see it. And, it's kind of my, I don't have a phone or friend to call. So I'm going to my smart book. And So I think that's where we're coming to the table with it. I think that's huge, David.
Yeah, support. And, you know, it's a funny thing looking into the Medicare Advantage business. When we first got into this about a year and a half ago, it's amazing how many organizations, and I hear this weekly from agents I talk to, how many recruit. There's lots of big organizations that recruit, but so many, I think it's worse than Final Expense ever was, or Mortgage Protection. So many of them don't even do anything post-recruit. It's really just a contract mill. You know, these organizations recruit you, they sell you on the dream, then send you just the basic bare minimum support, and you're more or less on your own. And there's a lot of people that fall to the wayside that could do well if they had somebody to model a successful sales system off of, certainly duplicate a successful marketing system. These are all things every single person needs to various levels of extent. And I think what we're doing is it's superior to so many big names that have always been in this business for a while, that we can help an agent just getting into this or experienced Final Expense agent in ways that you just can't really see otherwise.
I agree with you 100%. You know, we've seen it. In fact, when I started, I fell into the very same trap. Hey, I got my contracts. I'm like, now what? I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I got to go figure it out. And literally, I had to go figure it out. And it wasn't easy. So what we want to do is take all of the bumps and hard knocks that we went through and the experience, 30 years of experience. And literally, we're dumping that to every agent from the start. And so our average agent, David, is doing anywhere between 20 to 30 applications a month. And here's a little bit of the dream. If you're wondering, well, what does that really mean financially? Okay, so there's two big numbers I want you guys to hear. Number one, if you got a book of business of only 100 customers, okay, and for our agent, that's 3 months of work. You've got a $25,000 annual renewal. Okay, annual renewal, $25,000. Okay, if you continue the rhythm and you keep it up for a year, and you've built up a book of 400 customers, you've built a six-figure renewal check coming in. How nice of that is. What kind of cushion is it that you can know that you're having anywhere between $9,000-$10,000 coming in a month from your 1 year of work. And we have it. You know, it's not like one agent out of several hundred is doing it. It's our average agent that is producing those kind of numbers.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, to go back earlier, the fundamentals of this market are fantastic. A lot of people who are probably watching this are thinking about getting involved in Medicare. Maybe you're not even selling any insurance and you've lost your job, or you're worried about being furloughed with all that's going on right now. I can tell you one of the great things about the senior market generally, but Medicare specifically, is that even if we have a severe, prolonged economic downturn, recession, even depression, from the point of this video and beyond, the Medicare market is highly unlikely to change at all. And the reason I can say that is the following. Number one, 11,000 seniors turn 65 and start Medicare every day, and will do so every day for the next 10 years at least. Probably 90%, Luis, give or take a Medicare supplement or Medicare Advantage plan out. They just don't have original Medicare. So a lot of these people need our services. Number two, the senior population will double in size from 2020 right now till 2040. So I think the numbers, correct me if I'm wrong, 25 million to 50 million, I think is what it is. The average insurance agent is 60 years old. You don't get into insurance to work until you drop, okay? You get into insurance because you want to make good money and then maybe take off the brakes or take off the gas a little bit later in life, you know, work here and there, but not go balls to the wall until you're 75.
Right.
So what we're seeing is there's massive levels of retirements that are coming out of the insurance business, and the new agents that are coming on cannot meet with the typical attrition, the exiting of the business for people who fell out, but also from the excess amounts of retirement. So what you have here is this perfect storm fundamentally for the next 20 years, where you're going to have more interest, or I should say more prospects, an equal or less amount of competition, or a less amount of agents. So there's more prospects to go around. That's a kind of business environment you really want. And then the last thing I'll say to this that ties back into the economic calamity I think we're going to face is this. Medicare is a third rail, politically speaking. Just like Social Security, any politician that comes in and suggests that Medicare is going to be altered, like fundamentally, dramatically altered or eliminated, it doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican, they will be voted out in the next election cycle.
Oh, I agree. They're not going to touch Medicare.
Yeah, and people will make a little bit of reference to it, but it's a good way to get a politician out of a career in politics. Oh, yes. So to me, relative to say, I don't know, other insurance markets, this is something that's heavily protected because there's so many seniors who understandably believe, and it is the case, they have paid into Medicare their entire working life, and now you're going to take it away from me. Well, they would literally riot Washington, D.C. and vote the bums out. So this is another layer of protection you're going to see around our business that won't be penetrated nearly as hard and as heavy as others. So, and again, Luis, how many people have canceled their Medicare policies with you because of COVID-19 and coronavirus?
Well, and there's 2 points that I forgot. Number one, guys, if you're wondering how much these Medicare policies cost, and going back to the point, how many people are canceling because of this crisis? 0. The majority of plans, and I'm going to go with what I know in my area, all HMOs in my area are a $0 premium. So they're not going to cancel. Now, if I go in there and I start selling a very high-end PPO, $15 a month. So guys, they're not going to cancel this. It is their health care. They are not going to touch their Medicare policies. Second thing, the other thing that I want to renewals, we're talking about the dream. One thing I neglected to mention, lifetime renewals. Okay, they don't decrease over time. Okay, lifetime. As long as those customers are in your book of business, you're going to keep receiving those renewals. So again, I'm going to come back. 400 customers in your book of business, and you've got a 6-figure renewal coming to you that year, and it's not going away. You do have some natural attrition, seniors dying off, seniors relocating, but as long as you're maintaining your book and staying in the game, you don't see drastic swings in your renewal income.
So question on that note. Interestingly enough, you have this unique perspective as an agent, not only in Medicare Advantage, but in property and casualty. You have prolonged experience in both. Both products are renewal-driven products. How does the service work of Medicare Advantage compare to that of property and casualty?
Oh my God. Okay, so property and casualty, Jesus Christ. You have a service, oh my God. I have a staff of 9 managing my property and casualty, okay, with a little over 6,000 customers, okay. It is tough. Service work that's P&C, okay. Medicare, it's the other side of the spectrum. If you're wondering, Jesus, am I going to have to service? Well, guess what? Even if you want to service, it's pretty much impossible to service that account, okay. Claims, there's little things that you can do for your seniors, but it's all proactive. It's all positive. But as far as claims handling, that needs to be done by the carrier. And a lot of it is because of HIPAA. They don't want to release any information. I've been with a senior, they'll come into my office and we'll 3-way into a carrier, and they literally will tell me, you have to get out of the room or hang up. We don't want to discuss this with you. So my go-to line is, hey, David, I want to help you out, but guess what? The carrier is going to make me hang up. The carrier is going to want me to step out of the room. They want to talk to you privately on these kind of matters. So service work is literally out the door. Now, the proactive work, and this is what we do ask our agents to do. You've got to proactively contact your seniors at least once a quarter. And we've got a game plan for that, okay? There's a lot of benefits that our seniors get when they enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan. Seniors are seniors, they're gonna forget. And you don't want another agent coming in there and reminding them about these extras that they get and moving them to a different plan. So with these seniors, you've got to keep reminding them of what they have. And so we teach our agents to do that on a quarterly basis. And guess what? Seniors hang out with other seniors. It's a great source of referrals if you're taking care of them. And so again, it just kind of, and you hit the nail right on the head. I think I said that right. With the perfect storm, guys. We've got attrition of agents retiring and getting out of the business. We've got so many seniors coming in, aging into Medicare. It is literally the perfect storm. You are not too late to the game, okay? And then there's another thing out there that is a misconception. Well, this Medicare game is only a seasonal game. It only happens at the end of the year during annual enrollment. That's another thing that's a misconception, guys. You know, our agents, we teach them to sell year round. You know, AEP, the annual enrollment, which is towards the end of the year, yes, that is a great time to visit with seniors. And you do get a lot of sales during that time. But the other 9 months of the year, it's still game time. Our agents are still out there hustling and selling.
Yeah, it's such a great time to do this business, and I'm excited over the next 5 to 10 years in my involvement in it, because it's just going to grow. While so many industries right now are going to retract, if many of them might even go away. So this is a safe play. It's not only a short-term play. It's a great long-term play. I think if you have any interest in this business, you should reach out to me. I'll be happy to give you more information on how it works. Luis, any final words? Anything you want to mention before we wrap it up?
You know, the one thing, and you mentioned, you know, people looking for maybe a career change, they've been let go from their job, money's tight. And if you're wondering what kind of money it takes to get started in this business, guys, your licensing is probably what, a couple $100. Your AHIP is $125. And if you do it at the right time, there's a $50 coupon that you'll get and knock it down to 75. No, I apologize, from 175 to 125.
Right.
And that's it. There's no overhead. You don't have to invest in anything else other and of course you got to have the technology. You got to have a laptop, iPad, and that's really it. So as far as starting this new career, this new business, probably under $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a basic iPad will work perfectly for this. You don't need the high-end $2,000 iPad or computer, but overhead just to get started is very, very minimal. So again, if you're on the fence, if you're thinking, hey, I need a career change, I need some stability, Medicare is not going away.
Great. Well, Luis, thanks for spending some time again with me to describe how to get started and a little bit of why you should. If I could help, the next step would be to go to the link below. It's going to take you to my website directly. And then you'll see, either if you're on desktop, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner where it says Join Dave's Agency. Click that. Or if you're on mobile, you'll see a little green arrow once you get to the page. Click that. That'll take you to the same page where you can learn more about how selling Medicare Advantage with us works. Luis, thanks for your time. And y'all guys and gals, have a great day. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.